Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so we are here in
All right, once more.
Esplanade, Palmer Ranch, and my name is Michael Koester. I'm a home inspector, and I've inspected in this community, probably about 20 or 30 times at this point. This is a new construction community. It's located in 34238, southeastern corner of Sarasota, Florida, closer to the, it's basically in Palmer Ranch. I'm not going to say it's close to the highway, even though it is. But it's pretty quiet here, so no highway noise that you can hear pretty much from here. So basically, it's a beautiful community. Taylor Morrison, they really know how to build, how to landscape, they know how to make nice wide roads. This is a welcoming community. There's a lot of different levels and quality signs that you see in different sorts of communities, and Esplanade is always a pleasure. They do a great job. So I guess we're talking about new construction homes and what you can expect and what can go wrong and things like that. In general, they're very well built. Coming around the corner here, you can see these houses in various stages of completion. Doing a little landscaping there. Tile roofs. These are barrel tile as opposed to flat tile. And tile roofs, they do require some maintenance over the years. Tiles can break and slip and crack and fall and expose the underlayment, which can then be damaged by UV rays and degrade the underlayment, which leads to alligatoring and cracking and eventually leaks and malfunction and plywood that start to get soft. But let's not go that far. Basically, you just want to keep the roof tuned up, and that won't happen. So,
you're okay?
Anyway, there's some people hanging up some Christmas decorations. So what do we do on new construction homes? Why would you need a home inspector? Well, you don't really need a home inspector. Home inspections are good for a certain purpose. Basically, the builder will deliver you a really nice
Prohibido
house.
estacionare.
They're building these houses again and again.
No parking by Taylor Morrison.
They get another try to build one every time they build another one. So they really have a process refinement mechanism that's in place, trying to make each house better than the last, learn from their mistakes, all that kind of stuff. And the county will come through, between 8 and 12 times during the process and check roofing, plumbing, electrical lines, insulation, framing, attachments, all sorts of stuff. So they do a good job on that. What a home inspector does is a home inspector can actually check if it works. So the county doesn't actually check if it works. The pipes are empty, the air conditioning's off, it's not raining while they're there. They're not checking things for their function. They're just checking for their design intent. But how it actually works, well, that's what a home inspector checks for. We check to make sure that things are flushing and draining and that there's air coming out of the air conditioner and that the splits are good. The system is clean. Is there enough refrigerant in the air conditioner? Do the outlets work? Do the switches work? How do the windows and doors operate? All the things that basically never get tested for functionality. That's what the home inspector does. Now, if you buy a new construction home, you're probably going to find most of that out yourself anyway from using the home. So over your first year, you can use everything and test everything. So you don't really need a home inspection. But some people choose to get a home inspection just to kind of have somebody who's a professional look at all of it and say, here's a list of the stuff that should be tuned up, things that could be a little bit better, a little more professional, something that may have slipped through the builder's all-watchful eye. And so that's basically the idea of a new construction inspection. You can also do a 11-month inspection, which is shortly before your warranty expiration. And so right before you go out of warranty, you can have an inspector come through and look at everything and catalog malfunctioning items. And there can be. Sometimes they put a screen on the dryer vent on the roof and it's already fully clogged up. That can happen. I'm not saying that's happening at this community, but it does happen randomly on new construction. Tiles break, and roof tiles, that is. Floor tiles really shouldn't be breaking too much, but roof tiles can break, and there's all sorts of things that might happen. So that's the value of a home inspection. But really, to talk more about Esplanade, Florida went through some growing pains from the 90s through today in terms of how these houses look. And I really think that they've kind of hit their stride now in terms of an appealing front. They don't look too boring, but they're also not too excessive in their features. Excessive features tend to be weak points on houses. Anytime you have like a flourish or a flare of something, that's usually something that's more prone to malfunction, leakage, degradation, falling apart, complaints, aches and pains, all that kind of stuff. There's a pool cage that's being built. You see the pieces of the pool cage between the houses there. Some nice palm trees that have just been planted. But anyway, so I think that they've done a nice job on these newer houses. They are basically rectangles that have a few more features on them. And that's good. The simpler the construction style, the more hardy, the less prone it is to problems and issues. One thing that you'll probably know, even though I'm going to say it anyway, is that windows and doors need to be hurricane protected on new construction homes. So you're either going to have hurricane screening, hurricane shutters, or hurricane glass, wind-rated garage doors, things like that. The idea is that all the windows and doors in Florida, or rather in this area of Florida, the windborne debris region, should be protected from storm damage as part of their original building design. And that started about 2001 when they brought in a new building code and they phased in various levels of protection. And these days it's basically everything should be protected. At least in this area. Miami, it's even more stringent. But yeah, so anyway, it's a beautiful community. Palmer Ranch is a great place. I really have rarely had a bad experience with homes or people or weather or anything in Palmer Ranch. I mean, it's always a pleasure to be here. Costco is close by. You can hop on the highway, the Legacy Trail. I mean, now I'm kind of talking more like a realtor, I guess. But anyway, the other thing I wanted to mention is if you are looking for a realtor or any sort of contractors, I've met a lot of people over the years that are very good and very helpful. So if you're looking for a realtor that's basically thinking about a long-term relationship and not somebody that just wants to put you in a home, get their commission, and then pay their Netflix bill and their fast food bill, but somebody that actually wants to, think about your next house and the house after, and when your kids move down here, or when you buy an investment condo or whatever. There's some good realtors out there, so I can help you with that if you would like.